to treat those who have questions, to treat those even who doubt, to treat those who are uncertain, we have a tendency to be very harsh with them. What's the matter with you? Can't you believe? Why don't you believe? But Jesus is so patient. He's so gentle. He's so tender with those who are at all kinds of different places along that spectrum of belief and unbelief. Now, what does that mean for us? The fact that Jesus ministers so gently and so patiently, and yet, of course, he shows Thomas, here's the wounds in my side, and here's the nail prints in my hands. Right? He's really meeting those conditions that Thomas put forward, saying, "Okay, Thomas, if that's what you wanted, then let me give that to you." We'll come back to that in a minute. But what does that mean for us, the way Jesus responds? I think the first thing is this. We're all at different places in our faith. And we will all go through, I think, different periods of faith in our own life. And that means that we may, at a time or two, go through seasons where we question and where we may be uncertain. There may be even seasons or moments in life where we aren't sure that we believe any longer. I dare say that's true. There will be seasons where our faith seems weak and where we waver. Here's what we can do. If we waver, if we are uncertain, we can come to Jesus. We can come to Him because He welcomes us. God isn't a God up there that says, "Okay, you doubt me? Fine. Get your faith together, figure this all out, and then come back to me, and then let's talk." No. God welcomes those who wrestle with doubt, who feel uncertain in what they believe. God welcomes those who go through periods of doubt in their life. And in fact, we're even invited to ask God for the gift of faith. There's that wonderful story of the centurion who comes to Jesus, and he's asking for healing, and Jesus says, "I can heal them." And you remember he's asking for healing, I think, for his daughter, and Jesus assures him that he can heal with just his word. And then the man says, "Lord, I believe. Help my unbelief." If you're finding yourself in that place where you are wavering or weak in your faith, that's a prayer we can all pray. Help my unbelief. See, faith isn't something we conjure up ourselves. Faith is not a project that you and I work on all by ourselves and then come to God. Faith, we believe, according to Ephesians chapter 2, faith itself is a gift. Faith isn't something we create. It's not something we conjure up. Faith is something we ask for and receive from God. And so if we are doubting, if we're skeptical, if we're uncertain, if we are wavering, if we are weak, the antidote is not to go and work on our faith. The antidote is, "Lord, help my unbelief." And that's a prayer that God is pleased to answer. Faith is a gift, and because it's a gift, we don't work at it, we ask for it. And then directly related to that, if faith is indeed a gift and not a project, then we can never look down on those who lack faith. You may rub shoulders with people who have no faith in God whatsoever. They may in fact be defiant towards God. Maybe people you work with, they may be friends, they may be family members. And the temptation, again, is to look down on them. "Well, I have faith, I believe, and you don't. What's the matter with you?" But you can't be prideful and you can't be arrogant about a gift that you have received. You can only be humbled. And so if you are with people that you know, when you think of people in your life that are not believers, you can pray for them, absolutely. You should pray for them. But you can't look down on them. You can't be prideful about your own faith. You can only say, "Except for the grace of God, that's where I would be as well." You can't look down on those who lack faith. But then Jesus, of course, He doesn't leave Thomas there, right? Jesus doesn't say, "Thomas, don't worry, I'm patient with those who don't